Imagine a time when football was pure, when money didn't dictate every transfer, and when legends were made on the pitch, not on social media. A time when every touch, every pass, and every goal felt magical. Some say football's golden age was the 1950s, when Pele burst onto the scene. Others swear it was the 1990s, with the rise of Zidane, Ronaldo, Nazario, and the Galacticos era. But what if I told you that football's greatest era wasn't defined by trophies or famous names, but by something even more special? Today, we dive into football's most glorious years, the period that changed the game forever. The term golden age gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? Was it when the best players graced the pitch? Was it when tactics evolved at their peak? Or was it simply the time when football felt the most magical? To find out, let's break it down into different eras and explore why each one is a contender for football's greatest period. If you ask the older generation, they'll tell you that the golden age of football was the 1950s and 60s. This was the time when football became a global spectacle, fueled by legendary teams and iconic moments. The 1954 World Cup saw Hungary's mighty Magyars shock the world with revolutionary tactics. In 1958, a 17-year-old Pele announced himself on the world stage, leading Brazil to their first World Cup. Real Madrid dominated Europe, winning the first 5 European Cups with legends like Alfredo Di Stefano and Ferenc Puskás. This was the era of pure, attacking football. No bus parking, no VAR controversies, just beautiful, free-flowing play. But was it truly the greatest? The next few decades brought a new level of tactical genius. The 70s and 80s gave us some of the most legendary footballing systems and rivalries. Total football. The Netherlands, led by Johan Cruyff, introduced a revolutionary style where players could swap positions effortlessly. This changed football forever. Maradona's magic. The 1986 World Cup saw Diego Maradona deliver one of the greatest individual performances in football history. AC Milan's dominance. Arrigo Sacchi's Milan side redefined defensive organization, creating one of the most dominant teams in history. This was a time of legends, innovation, and some of the fiercest rivalries. But was it the best? If you grew up in the 90s and 2000s, you might argue that this was the true golden age of football. This was the era of Ronaldo, Nazario, Zidane, Henry, Ronaldinho, and Beckham, players who made football feel like an art form. UEFA Champions League nights became legendary. From Manchester United's 1999 treble to AC Milan's unforgettable collapse against Liverpool in 2005, Galacticos and superclubs took over. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Manchester United reached global superstardom. This was a time when football felt perfect, before money truly took over and before social media changed the way fans connected with the game. The most recent decade brought the rise of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, the two greatest players of the modern era. But was this a golden age, or just a time of dominance? Tiki-taka and tactical brilliance. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona played the most dominant football ever seen. Messi versus Ronaldo, a rivalry that defined an era. The Champions League became a global spectacle. The best teams and players were now being watched by billions around the world. But this was also the time when money took full control of the game. Transfers skyrocketed, oil-rich clubs dominated, and football started feeling like a business more than a sport. So, when was the true golden age of football? The truth is, the answer depends on what you value the most. If you love the raw, romantic side of football, the 50s and 60s were the best. If you appreciate tactics and individual brilliance, the 70s and 80s gave us unforgettable moments. If you grew up in the 90s and 2000s, football probably never felt better than it did then. And if you love seeing football at its highest technical level, the Messi-Ronaldo era might be unmatched. The golden age of football isn't just about trophies, goals, or even players. It's about how the game felt to you. So, let me ask you, what was your golden age of football? Let me know in the comments.